You need a shot timer because that which gets measured gets worked on. The RangeTech timer is the official timer of active cell protection because it is versatile, reliable, feature-rich, and very economical. Check out all it can do at the link below.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Suck Less Saturday. It's Neil. We have kind of a cool thing here going. I've got my friend Brian McLaughlin. See, I totally shanked that out of the woods. So before we started, I'm like, hey, help me pronounce your name. And then he got me thinking about it. So you're in my head. Thanks for coming, Brian. I really appreciate it. This is awesome. Now, hey, folks, Brian works with our friends over at Mountain Man Medical. He is here in Phoenix today. Making some videos with us for something kind of big that's coming that we're really excited about. Mountain Man has been a really good sponsor to us. They've got some great products and all of that kind of stuff. So go check them out. Potentially there might be, you may have already heard the news by the time this airs or not, but we're having an ASP medical kit. So if you haven't heard the news, I guess I just made the announcement. How's that?
There
Awesome.
you go.
So hey, Brian, thanks for coming. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself. Where are you from? What do you do?
All right, I'm from Denver, Colorado. I've got three small children, and I am married, so that helps quite a bit. I was a corpsman, so I spent a lot of time with the Marines. Went to Afghanistan. I was an EMT, worked in the ER for a while. Just been in the medical field for quite a while, and just started helping out with Mountain Man Medical. Started a little YouTube channel. If you want to go check that out, you want to learn some more about first aid, feel free to come by, check us out. We're still a very small channel, but it's fun. We have a good time.
Exactly. You know, that's when it's most fun is when you're, I mean, this is our job. We're working right now. This is kind of cool, right?
How lucky are we, right?
Yeah, we spent the day over making videos someplace else, having a good time with friends, a great lunch, hanging out. This is the first time we've got to interact a whole lot. We've emailed a lot before, but Jacob and Riley are really good friends, and anybody that they speak highly of immediately, we think highly of. So well done. So go check out their site. It's a fairly new YouTube channel, right?
Yeah. I just started it a couple months ago, and we're still getting spinning up, but it's going down.
Go help these guys out. Hit a button and watch some stuff and learn, right?
Yeah.
That's the big thing. So, well, hey, so we've been chatting a little bit here when I introduced you to the whole Suck Less thing, because it's not something that you were aware we even did till a little bit ago. And I'm like, hey, this would be a great one to have somebody from the medical field. But then you came up with something that I thought was way better. So talk to everybody about how they can suck less next week.
All right. Well, I figured I would come from my own personal how I'm trying to suck less, and I've got a lot of areas, to be honest.
Right.
A lot of areas I'm trying to work on.
Yep.
One of the main things that I'm trying to work on is my physical fitness. As personal defenders, as first responders, as medics, you got to be able to move your body. You got to be able to maybe move someone else's body. If they're on top of you and fighting you, you got to be able to move them off of you.
Right.
Or you need to pick that person up and run with them to get them to a safe location. So.
Right.
Physical fitness is really important, and I don't think it's covered often enough. Everybody knows they need to be physically fit, but I don't think everybody realizes how easy it can be to just do something very simple and change your entire outlook for the rest of your life. When I got out of the military, I didn't know what to do with myself. I stopped PTing every day, and I was eating like a horse when I was in the military. Got out, kept eating like a horse, stopped PTing, and I got up to like 289. Ooh. And that was the heaviest I ever got. And since then, I'm down to 230, and I still got a ways to go. But every day, better than yesterday.
Yep.
And one of the big things that I've been doing to try to get into that mode is doing small things. You don't have to get out and run a marathon right out the window.
Right.
You start with something small. For me, it was just getting in the gym. I told myself, you have to go to the gym every day. I don't care what you do there. You can even get in there, turn around and walk out, and you're done.
Yep.
But what I found out is I would get there and be like, okay, I'm just going to go, and then I'm going to go home.
Now that I'm here.
But now that I'm here, I'll be on the treadmill for a little bit.
Yep.
And I'm on the treadmill for a little while, and then that turns into something else. It turns into something else, and you start to develop that habit of getting in the gym. You start to get addicted to feeling good. And it's changed so many different aspects of my life. One, you look good, you feel good.
Yep.
And cutting weight, I'm starting to feel a little bit better. My wife starts giving me little slaps every now and then.
There you
I'm
go.
okay with that. It's just small things like that. It starts increasing your confidence levels in other areas.
Right.
So for me, it's not so much about working out because I want to look good or because it's making my body more efficient. It's more for my brain. I found that if I wake up early in the morning, I got to get up at 3:30 in the morning to get in the gym so I can get my workout out of the way so that I'm ready for the rest of my day.
Okay.
Because I've got so much stuff going on, I got to wake up early. But if I hit that one little goal early in the day, it sets me up for success for the rest of my entire day. I'm here to conquer. And I've already conquered that small bit of myself early in the morning, and now I'm ready to conquer the rest of my day. And I just carry on that motivation. So for me, it's more important for my brain to work out than it is for my actual body. That's just a byproduct.
Yeah, I hear you. You know, that I used to work with a guy that said, eat the frog. When you go to work and you have that one thing that you don't want to do, if you look at it and it's, let's say, a frog, and you're like, I don't want to eat that frog first thing in the morning. By noontime, the frog is grown by 2 pounds. And by 4 in the afternoon, it's hairy. And by the time you go home, you're like, I ain't eating it now. And then you wait till tomorrow. So eat the frog in the morning. And I say that to myself with dry fire a lot. If I'm getting behind on my dry fire and I'm not getting it done, or I've taken a couple of days off, I'll tell myself, hey, Neil, you got to go eat the frog. And I'll do dry fire first thing in the morning.
Right.
That's really good advice. And I mean, clearly, nobody ever makes fun of me being fat and old. And it's really easy for a lot of us to say, hey, listen, I got a lot of miles. I did this when I was younger, and my ankle hurts, my back hurts, and all of that kind of stuff. So it doesn't necessarily mean, like you said, going out and running a marathon or even hitting the gym. You know what? You go walk around the block. If that's something that you're not used to doing, that's exercise. That's going to be a big thing. And I was talking to another guy this weekend that's doing a program that he challenged me to do that I don't know that I'm man enough to do this one yet. But, his thing was, listen, I am going out and I'm going for a 45-minute walk with my dog every day and setting a timer on it and going and doing it every day and making it a priority. And he's about 10 days into this thing, and he's like, man, I'm down 13 pounds and I already feel better. And he's not a big monster of a man to begin with. So 13 pounds is, I'm like, whoa, that's a big deal. So yeah, I really like the idea of let's suck less by taking care of ourselves, because very few people defend themselves with a handgun. But, too many cheeseburgers will catch up with you just as bad as bad guys will. Yeah. And I like cheeseburgers. So I'm going to take this challenge on myself, and I'm going to go get after it, and I'm going to suck less a little bit this week.
Well, I think a lot of people, they follow your guys' channel because they want to defend themselves better. They want to defend their family better. But it's easy to go out and buy that gear. It's easy to buy a pistol and say to yourself, I'm prepared. But are you prepared physically? Like, can you pick up your loved one and run from an emergency with them?
Right.
Can you take yourself out? I was putting on a medical class a little while ago, and I was talking to the class. It was full of all different types of people. We had some elderly individuals there, some old ladies that were old and frail, and they said, what can we do to better prepare? And I said, physical fitness. It doesn't matter who you are or what your level is. We can all be better in this one area.
Right.
And that's probably the thing that's probably save your life the quickest compared to, like, if you don't have the skills or the gear, but you have the physical fitness to extricate yourself from a bad situation.
Right.
That might be more important than all of it.
Yep.
Just being physically fit. Not only is it good for your brain, it's good for your body, it's good for your mental health. It's good for everything.
Right. Well, and I think we fall into this trap of gear, and whether it's going out and buying a pistol or whatever, a lot of people, and I've said this too, is a lot of people go out there and they'll buy that pistol and they look at that as their whoopee. That's going to save their life when the day comes, and they don't train with it.
Yeah.
And frankly, I think our feet can probably save our life way more times than our gun will, and we don't train with them enough. I don't, and I'm not talking to any of you, but if I am talking to you, you know who you are. I'm mostly talking to myself, right? And this whole Suck Less Saturday thing was about Neil sucking less and people coming along with me. So folks, this week's assignment, what do you think? Go get 20 minutes of PT a day for 3 days at bare minimum?
20 minutes. Even if you do some stretching. I've been getting into yoga. I never thought I'd be into yoga. My wife's like, you should get into yoga. I was like, nah. Now David Goggins is talking about yoga, and I'm like, well, maybe. David Goggins is doing it.
If he's doing it, why wouldn't we all? So, hey, Brian, thank you so much for coming and doing this. It's been a real pleasure. We've just got to know each other just a little bit today. I'm really looking forward to working with you a lot more as we come.
I hope so.
Folks, this is an easy way to suck less. Go for a walk. Go for a jog. If you're already somebody that hits the gym and you're a gym rat, then just kick it up just a little notch. Add something to that and suck just a little bit less. And you're going to feel better for it. We're all going to feel better for it. And we are better self-defenders because of it. So, absolutely. All right. We'll see you guys next week. Suck less.